question that we've been hearing across the board is what is happening with prices? Are prices falling for homes? What's going on? So I wanted to just give you a few numbers to kind of put things into context. The short answer is yes, prices are coming off of an all-time high that we saw here this last April, May time, right? Prices have come down. I would say across the board, depending upon the market area you are in, approximately 10% now from what we were seeing in April, May, which was our peak, okay? But we have to look at this in context, right? We saw extremely crazy appreciation over the last couple of years. So I went back and looked at, okay, let's look at pre-pandemic pricing, say, 2019. So I went back and looked at in Southeast King County, the median home price in August of 2019, so 3 years ago, was right about $500,000, okay? Right now, it's pushing closer to 8, okay? So you're between 750 and 8, depending upon the area you're in here. The home values are up almost 50% from 3 years ago. That's still phenomenal growth, right? Yes, we've come off the peak. Why have we come off the peak? Great question, okay? So we saw the number of homes on the market really take a significant surge this spring and went up to about second week of July is when the number of homes on the market peaked, the inventory peaked. It's kind of leveled off since then. Pierce County is about flat. Southeast King County, the number of homes out there, the choices for a buyer, has actually started to decrease already. So what does that mean? Okay, so home prices are down from the peak we saw this spring, still up significantly over the last several years, okay? So if you're a buyer, the surge in inventory is great news. It gives you more options, okay? Right now, we have about 5 contingent buyers that we are actively helping, okay? That has not been a thing for years, right? To the thought of making an offer on a home, saying, okay, seller, I want to buy your home, but I have to sell mine first. Can we work together? The last several years, take a hike, pound sand, no, we're not even interested in talking to you. Now, those sellers are very open to that conversation. We actually have a deal closing next week. Same thing, right? We were able to go out, help our buyer purchase a home contingent on the sale of her home, got her home on the market. It's now closing next week. Everything's happy, right? We're doing that with about 5 more buyers right now that we're actively out there looking. So being a contingent buyer is a thing again, right? Prices are negotiable, right? So some sellers have not adjusted to the reality of the adjustment we've seen in sales prices, right? So they may have their home listed on the market for yesterday's pricing, not today's pricing, right? So they may not be getting the activity that they're hoping for. We've definitely had some buyers that have come in with some lower offers and they've got accepted, right? So, you don't always know how motivated a seller is until they have an offer sitting in front of them. Okay, yeah, honey, this is less than what we wanted, but we're moving. I got to be starting my job in, September across the country, whatever their life change scenario is, that's caused them to have to make a move, right? Once they have some numbers in front of them, they might be willing to negotiate a little more than what they would have even thought. So keep in mind, prices are definitely negotiable. Getting credits from buyer. We just had a seller accept an offer here this last week that's given a seller a closing cost credit, right? So that's not out of the question anymore. Home inspections. There for years we were having to almost 100% of the time waive home inspections, which was scary and really not a great thing for the industry, but it's kind of how the market was dealing with it. Buyers now are able to have a home inspection and potentially even negotiate some repairs if there's issues that come up during the inspection. So for you as a buyer, you have more inventory to choose from now than you have in a number of years. Since about 2018 was the last time we saw inventory levels here. So you have more options to choose from. You have sellers who are a little antsy to get their home sold, so there's definitely some negotiation that can happen there. Great thing. The rates have come back down a little bit. So they're in mid-June, rates have gone all the way up to over 6%. Now they're probably 5 3/4-ish, right? They're flexible depending upon what your credit's like and what loan program you're doing. But rates have come off the peak that they saw in June as well. So that is good news. If you're a seller, this isn't all doom and gloom. Oh, prices are down. Like, big picture seller, don't think about what your price would have been 3 months ago. It's a non-issue. We can't go back. I don't have a time machine. We can't go that way, right? But we have to look at where's your value now and where is that relative to when you bought the home. It's still a great investment, right? I challenge you to take a look at the numbers. Show me a better investment vehicle for you out there. So got to look at the big picture. Prices have come down a little bit from their peak, but still great overall. But if you are a seller, you have more competition out there, right? So you got to make sure that your home shines inside and out. Their curb appeal, right? When somebody pulls up in the driveway, fresh beauty bark, lawn cut, edged, right? When they walk in the house, everything's clean as a whistle, staged, clean, decluttered. Everything is looking its best. That's how you sell a home in today's market. You got to have good curb appeal. It's got to look good when they get inside, and you have to be priced with today's pricing in mind, right? So when you're pricing a home, we're not looking at what your neighbor's home sold for 6 months ago. Irrelevant, right? All that matters right now is what is active on the market for a buyer to choose from, and how do you compare to those active listings, right? Also, what has gone pending in the last 2 to 3 weeks, right? What have buyers agreed to buy in the last couple weeks, and how does yours compare to those? That's what we determine in today's pricing in today's market. We got to see what is happening today, not what happened 30, 60, 90 days ago. So regardless of what you're looking to do in real estate, we look forward to the opportunity of talking with you and figuring out how we can help you accomplish your housing goals, whether that's buying your first home, buying an investment property, selling your home and moving it out across the country, or whatever you have going on. We're here to help. Let us know how we can help you. Have a great day. I'll stop that one too.